Jet Li's Fist of Legend found a surprising sequel in Legend of the Fist, Return of Chen Zhen, a superhero movie starring Donnie Yen. Over the years, Jet Li emerged as one of the biggest kung fu movie stars, with his biggest contributions to the genre occurring largely in the 1990s. Among them was Fist of Legend, a 1994 period piece in which Jet Li's character is caught in the middle of a dojo war between Chinese and Japanese martial artists. Renowned for its intense martial arts sequences, Fist of Legend has since developed a reputation as one of Jet Li's best movies. Not only that, but a strong case can also be made that it's one of the greatest martial arts movies of the 1990s. But though its ending left the door open for a follow-up installment, Jet Li never reprised his role from Fist of Legend, leaving it a standalone entry in his career. However, the film did receive a sequel, albeit one that came 16 years later and courtesy of a different martial arts icon. Return of Chen Zhen focuses on a character played by both Bruce Lee and Jet Li. But it's the Jet Li version that Donnie Yen portrays in the movie. Donnie Yen posing on Legend of the Fist poster. Released in 2010, Legend of the Fist, Return of Chen Zhen brought the Chen Zhen character back to the big screen, making it his third major movie appearance. After all, Chen Zhen didn't originate with Fist of Legend, rather, the character was a product of Fist of Fury, a 1971 kung fu movie starring Bruce Lee. Fist of Legend was a remake of that film that replaced Bruce Lee with Jet Li in the role of Chen Zhen, the martial artist who comes home after his master has mysteriously died. But though there were multiple versions of Chen Zhen's story before the 2010 movie, it's no secret which story its continuing Fist of Fury ended on a tragic note, killing off Bruce Lee's Chen Zhen in a wave of gunfire. Fist of Legend, on the other hand, saw Chen Zhen fake his death and successfully make his way out of Shanghai. Return of Chen Zhen evidently takes place a few years later, and follows Chen Zhen after he discreetly returns to Shanghai under a false identity. In the movie, Donnie Yen's character is on a mission to help the Chinese underground rebels battle Japanese invaders. He goes about this by donning a mask and operating as a vigilante under the cover of night. Despite being completely different, Return of Chen Zhen honors Fist of Legend's biggest theme. Return of Chen Zhen offers a superhero slant on Jet Li's character. The path Legend of the Fist, Return of Chen Zhen takes its titular protagonist clearly distinguishes it from the original film. Much like Fist of Fury, Fist of Legend was a standard martial arts action movie, whereas Return of Chen Zhen is more of a superhero movie with martial arts elements. It has all the hallmarks of a superhero film. Chen Zhen may not have actual powers, but there's absolutely a superhuman feel to the character, considering that no one seems to be a match for him. He even has a costume, an alter ego, people trying to figure out his true identity, and, of course, a selfless agenda to save people in need. But even with the superhero aspect of the story, Legend of the Fist, Return of Chen Zhen still manages to retain the spirit of Fist of Legend. While Li's character wasn't a superhero, he did represent Chinese resistance to Japanese oppression in the early 20th century. Donnie Yen's take on the character keeps that theme alive, as Chen Zhen is once again depicted as a symbol of hope for the Chinese people in the face of the Japanese occupation of Shanghai. Return of Chen Zhen wasn't Donnie Yen's first time playing the character. Donnie Yen played a Bruce Lee-inspired version of Chen Zhen in a 1995 Hong Kong TV series. Donnie Yen as Chen Zhen in Fist of Fury show. Even though it was Jet Li's role beforehand, Donnie Yen was a fitting casting choice for Legend of the Fist, Return of Chen Zhen's lead character. After all, the actor was already familiar with the character, having played him in a TV series. Before Yen's evolution into a high-profile martial arts star, Yen portrayed Chen Zhen in a 1995 TV series aptly titled Fist of Fury. The show came off the heels of Fist of Legend, which had released just 1 year prior. Unlike Return of Chen Zhen, the 30-episode Hong Kong series was not a sequel or a continuation of Fist of Legend. Existing in a separate continuity, it pressed the reset button on the story, going back before the plot of the original Fist of Fury and showcasing Chen Zhen's relationship with Hui Yuanjia, the martial arts master whose death served as the catalyst to the stories of both the Bruce Lee and Jet Li movies. Thanks to the show and the movie that preceded it by decades, Donnie Yen had an opportunity to play the iconic Jet Li and Bruce Lee character across multiple stages of his life.